Greetings, fellow gardeners. This is Paul, and today I'm going to teach you how to remove a seedling graft that's about a year old, a little over a year. So these three seedlings were grafted. When was that? March 26th. And these are great candidates to have them detached from their rootstock. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that today on these three different seedlings. And the reason why is because I've read some research in the past year from Israel that they found that certain undatus rootstock affected Selenocereus megalanthus scions and their fruit quality. So I want to grow more plants true from now on. It's just my personal opinion and strategy. I've also talked with some old-time growers and people involved back with Paul Thompson, and they didn't find much use for grafting. They said different reasons why. So anyways, this is my personal opinion, and I'm going to show you how to detach a graft from a rootstock. So let's do it. Okay, so I have it labeled. Okay, so I have my pot labeled. I have my rooting hormone. This is the stuff I like to use, and it's ready to go right here, whoops, in my spoon. And I just clean these with hydrogen peroxide. You can see the the rootstock has some new growth right there. So I could use that to graft if I wanted to again, but in this case, I'm going to just cut and remove this scion. So I don't want to go too close because you could run the chance of getting a chimera. So I want to probably cut it right about here. There we go. And so now I'm just going to simply pull this up. And now I'm going to put it into this dry growing media. I tried out this larger pumice. Not a big fan. I like number 3. I'm going to stick to that for now on. So now I'm going to get rid of this big bamboo piece. And make sure you get plenty of that rooting hormone. Oops. Let me show you that, sorry. Now you want to get plenty of the rooting hormone onto that fresh cut. And then slide it down carefully into your dry growing media. Now I like to use plenty of coconut coir, so I put those chunks kind of right at the top. And I like to let it just sit right there to root. There. So I don't mind getting a little bit of my media on there, just keep it dry for about a week. And I'm going to keep it in my greenhouse. So I'm going to spray it with water in about 5 days, 5 to 7 days. So I'm just going to let it be in the shade until then. So I think we could repeat that process here. I'm going to put these in the same pot because as soon as they have enough roots, I'm going to go ahead and move them into a new home. I have it ready. So make sure you clean your cutters with peroxide or rubbing alcohol. And now this graft, I'm going to need to be a little bit more careful. So you want to probably, I recommend staying above the leaves from your seedling. Something like that. Now I'm going to leave these alone just to see what happens. I'm interested to see what will happen in the future. So now, you probably should put these in separate pots, but in this case, these are sister seedlings that should be very similar. And I'm going to plant them in the same pot just to see what happens. So hopefully I'll have some true Pelora cuttings here. Oops, Almost forgot, right? Need to use this. I'll actually just sprinkle it onto the soil too. And again, I'm just gonna let these sit in a shady spot in the greenhouse, or you could do your garage, and then slowly water them. There. So we'll see how this works out. They shouldn't rot as long as you don't overwater them, and you do this when it's warm enough, because we're having some lovely warm temperatures here. Everything should be fine. So there you go. That's what I did. Give us a like and a subscribe, and we'll show you what happens to these in the future. All right, take care.